Let's make the best fall dessert. Today we're making pumpkin crisp. This is the perfect combination of a delicious creamy pumpkin layer with crunchy oat topping that tastes amazing. Hi, my name's Christina. I am with eatingonadime.com. You can get today's recipe linked in the description below. If you cannot find it, just Google Eating on a Dime pumpkin crisp and it'll pull right up. Me and my sister Carrie are on a mission to help real families make real food at home on a budget, including fancy fall desserts. And we're not even that fancy, so don't worry. This dessert is simple, easy to make, but it's going to taste fancy. What's really important. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Then we're going to prepare the baking dish. For this recipe, you will need a 9x13 baking dish and spray it with a non-stick cooking spray, or this is like a spray olive oil. That's going to work as well, just so it's easier to serve once it's done baking. Now we're going to prepare the pumpkin layer. You'll need about a somewhat large mixing bowl. We're going to add 3 large eggs. And then a half a cup of granulated sugar and a half a cup of brown sugar that's packed. So one of each, a half a cup of each. And we're just going to stir these together until they're well combined. I'm just using a large plastic spoon. You can use a wooden spoon as well. You're just wanting to get them all stirred together. Now we're going to add a can of pumpkin. This is a 15-ounce can. You want to make sure to get pure pumpkin, not pumpkin pie filling, because usually there's both of those at the grocery store. Pure pumpkin's what you're looking for. Add that right into that same bowl. Smells so good. It smells like fall already. Then add in 1 cup of evaporated milk, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then a teaspoon of ground cinnamon and a teaspoon of pumpkin pie filling as well. And we are just going to stir to combine that as well. Then pour that mixture into that baking pan, and this is going to be the pumpkin layer. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and set this aside, and then we're going to get that topping started. Get out a separate mixing bowl for this crumb topping. We're going to start with some butter, half a cup of butter or 1 stick. I am using unsalted butter. You do want it slightly softened because we're going to make like a crumb topping, so it will mix, but the mixture will be thick. So this has just been softening at room temperature. My favorite way to soften butter. It works great. Then we are going to add 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cup of Old Fashioned Oats. This is what gives it that flavor, so don't skip that. More brown sugar, a half a cup in the topping as well. And then a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and then a teaspoon of baking powder. You're just going to mix this together. The baking powder is stuck in there. And I am using this is kind of like a spoon/spatula, and it helps with the butter to kind of break it apart when you're mixing it. If you're having trouble getting the butter to mix in with the dry ingredients, here's a few tips. You can use this little meat chopper tool that we use all the time. It'll help chop that butter up into smaller pieces. That works great as well. We talked about using a food processor, but I don't want to obliterate those oats, so I'm not going to do that. But if you don't mind, you could do that, or you can just smash some of the butter pieces up against the side on the bowl to break them into smaller pieces as well. Once it's combined, we're just gonna sprinkle it on top. So you don't wanna mix it into that layer. You want 2 layers in a pumpkin crisp. So I just carefully sprinkle it on top. You can use your hands if you're worried about it. I kind of do an initial layer and then I'll use my fingers to fill in as needed on the bare spots to make sure it's all getting evenly coated. And you can use your spoon too and get it in there. Let's get this in the oven. Bake it for 35 to 40 minutes until the top is nice and brown and the filling gets bubbly. It's ready. So once the top is nice and golden brown and the center is just set, it's no longer jiggly, then that's how you know that it's done. Once you remove it from the oven, you want to let it cool and set for about 5 to 10 minutes so when you serve it, it'll hold its form. And then I love serving this warm, topped with vanilla ice cream. Okay, we're gonna let this sit and I'll be right back. It's been setting and it's ready to serve. Now I love this warmed. It's great topped with ice cream. However, if you're not an ice cream fan, here, let's get this corner. I'm gonna try this. You can top it with whipped cream, Cool Whip. You could drizzle some caramel on top. That would be amazing. So it's not like super formed. So I usually serve it in a bowl and I find that that's best. It's gonna be more crumbly. So today I'm gonna top mine with a vanilla ice cream. Ooh, perfect. It kind of has like a cobbler texture more so than a pie or a cake. So when you're serving, you can be prepared. My ice cream's bumbling all over the place. And it's perfect and delicious. I cannot wait to try this. This is perfect for a cozy fall evening, the holidays, all things. If you love pumpkin, I know you're gonna love this. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any more of our easy, family-friendly recipes. And thank you so much for joining me today in my sister's kitchen. I will see you guys next time. Oh, and don't forget, this recipe as well as lots of other pumpkin recipes are linked in the description below. So make sure that you check that out. All right, I cannot wait. I will see you guys next time. Bye, friends.